In today's day and age, folks just don't care anymore. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Society is slowly but surely deteriorating. It's almost as if people want to normalize mediocrity. Unfortunately, this is evident in many different areas of life, not just in people half-assing every little thing that they do, but even in things that are as basic as getting yourself ready before you leave your house. What's funny is that every single time we talk about this topic of presenting yourself, putting yourself together, putting in effort in how you present who you are to society, everyone wants to say, well, you should just mind your business. Why do you care so much? It's not hurting you. But then they also want to get online and complain about how they have nothing. Complain about how they can't get ahead in life. Complain about how things just won't go their way.
In the morning and going in public with a bonnet and pajamas on and house shoes is unacceptable. Uncouth behavior.
I just really want y'all to say this to somebody's face one time. Just one time. Because it's always from the safety of your car. It's always behind the phone screen. It's always a picture of them taken from a very safe distance away and being all inconspicuous, making sure that the flash don't go off. Because you know they'll rock you. You already know. You know who to say it to and you know when to say it. You know to say that under your breath. You know. That's why this conversation will never go past social media, because y'all ain't about that life. You ain't gonna say it to nobody's face, so save it. Let's not act like this conversation isn't targeted directly towards black women, because I go to the store in my bonnet all the time. Anybody gonna say to me, and I know that. I guess that's a part of male privilege. Next time y'all feel emboldened to talk about this whole bonnet debacle again, because I know it's gonna come up next year, just record yourself walking up to somebody. Hey, queen, I saw you in your bonnet and I just want to know why you don't respect yourself. Because you know they're going to flatline your ass.
For some reason, they just can't put two and two together to get four. And for their sake, it would behoove them to actually listen to what folks have to say. There's a reason why you're supposed to present yourself every single time you leave your house. There's a reason why you are supposed to put your best foot forward. A first impression is a lasting impression. And what impression do you want to make on people as you leave your house? Because the impression is, I don't give a damn. That's the impression. The impression is that you couldn't possibly care less about anything going on. You don't even care to brush your teeth. You don't even care to wash your tail. You don't even care to put on real shoes before leaving your house. So when people say, oh, well, you should just mind your business, why do you care so much? Because we live in this thing called society. I don't know how many times I gotta spell it out for folks, but we have a society. That means we live amongst each other. And when the standards go down, everything goes down. Because you can't convince me that the standards that you have for yourself when they are in decline isn't indicative of standards in general declining. Understand society is the people. The nation is the people. So how we take care of ourselves, how we choose to present ourselves, it matters. And especially here in America, we already know we are the laughing stock. Despite being a superpower, we are a laughing stock to the rest of the world. They see us as lazy. They see us as entitled. They see us as stupid. And so it's very sad to see Americans going out of their house looking a damn mess, just feeding into the very stereotypes that the entire world has about us. Because understand, walking outside in your pajamas communicates exactly that. Lazy, stupid, entitled. Feeling like you don't have any accountability, any type of responsibility to your community, any type of responsibility to society at large, thinking that it doesn't matter, we don't care, we're just gonna show up any old type of way and you just better accept that. Just completely detached from the collectivism that should be within each community.
Pajamas in public, what do you think about this? I'm not gonna hold you. I am not for no pajamas in public. I can't even stand when people come out of the house with a bonnet on their head in public. Man or woman, I can't stand when people go in public with their back clothes on. We don't want to see that. Not in public. I just think it shows no home training. Like, it just seems like you were too lazy to just put on some sweats and a t-shirt and some sneakers and run out the house to do what you need to do, or some Crocs. Like, it's not that hard. It just seems like you have no home training to me. I know people are like, I don't care what people think about me, but I think when it comes to that you should actually have more respect for yourself to not go out the house looking like that.
And what people fail to take into account is that the way you dress communicates so much to everyone you encounter. There have probably been so many people that have lost out on opportunities because they showed up in the world looking a damn mess, wearing their damn pajamas, house shoes, bonnets. And we've talked about the bonnets several times on this channel. You are not entitled to get every little thing that you want, especially if you're not even willing to do the bare minimum of washing your ass and putting on some clothes. Okay, clothes that are meant for the outside. I find it funny that every time we talk about not wearing pajamas outside, not wearing a bonnet, everyone wants to jump to the extreme. Oh, you just want us to dress to the nines. I'm sorry, I didn't realize not wearing pajamas and a bonnet was dressing to the nines. See, the standards are completely out of whack. They don't make any damn sense. You see not wearing pajamas and a bonnet as dressing to the nines. It's unfortunate. And see, when I see somebody that is dressed like they're ready for bed, that just lets me know you sleepwalking through life. You're not really here with the rest of us. People need to understand that the effort that they put into themselves is going to communicate how much effort they will put into other things. Do you expect people to trust you to be hardworking, trust you to put your best foot forward when you can't even put on some regular clothes before leaving your house? People want to complain that they get looked at a certain way. Oh, I don't know why they look at me like that. Why do they treat me like that? But they never want to take inventory of how they are showing up in the world. Because if it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, bitch, it's a duck. I'm not going to treat it like a swan. You expect people to take you seriously, but you couldn't even seriously put on some clothes. It makes no sense.
There's people in this world who just want to be funky and stink, and we just got to let them be funky and stink. So yesterday I posted on Threads and I said, I hate when people wear pajamas outside because it just makes it look like you didn't put any soap and water on your body. And it's just like, if you did, you could have grabbed sweats, joggers, yoga pants, whatever, but you put pajamas on. So my thoughts, right? I'm watching the Grammys and my phone just keep going off. When I go look, 200 plus responses of people who just want to be pigpen. And let me say this, when I'm speaking to my community. So like, it was this girl who's in a wheelchair. I'm assuming she's in a wheelchair. I couldn't see nothing from her page. But she's just like, oh, you're an ableist. It's like, yeah, handicapped people can't wash all the time and da-da-da. And I said, let me stop you right there. I was like, because people like to take a narrative and make it apply to something that does not apply. I said, I'm telling you the sky is blue and you're trying to convince me that it's red. I'm going to stop right there because I'm not talking to any handicapped person. I am not an ableist. I don't know. I can't speak on that because that's not me. I'm talking to the people like myself who are able-bodied and who chooses to be funky and stink on their own accord. So let me just get that very, very clear. I had to clear that up with her because, no ma'am. And let me say this. Everyone who argued me down about that, they all have a certain look. Okay, y'all go be great. Go wash, don't wash. I don't care what you do. But if you're not gonna wash, then don't come around me.
People complain about being broke. They complain about being overlooked. They complain about not being respected. But the moment you suggest dressing better, cleaning up, being intentional about how you show up in this world, then it's, well, you should mind your business. You being superficial. Then later on, you want to get on these TikToks and Instagrams and YouTubes and you want to cry, wham. Insert a bunch of nonsense that you done caused for yourself. Pajamas in public, it signals a disengagement from society. Public spaces are shared environments. They are not your bedrooms. Wearing sleepwear outside, it communicates that you are disengaged with society. You're not participating. You lack pride for yourself. That means you also lack pride for your community. No wonder we got trash everywhere. And see, it's not about trying to dress to impress. I'm not saying you have to impress everybody because everybody got their own little style. I get that. But we can tell when something is meant for the outside versus something that is meant for you to be laying around lazy in your house. This whole thing falls into the category of comfort culture.
Wearing pajama pants outside is literally the best decision I've ever made in life. You're telling me there's a way I can feel like I'm wrapped around in a blanket and comfortable the whole entire day, that shit literally almost feels illegal. I like how we all agreed that we should not give a fuck what people wear outside for real, bro. Like, there's no reason why we should. And for some reason, I actually feel like myself. Like, I don't have to conform to whatever standards that society has placed on us, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand the desire to be comfortable. I know in certain situations, yes, you want to have that comfortability. However, that does not mean you should just walk out in your PJs and a bonnet. If comfort is your highest value, then understand stagnation is going to be your future. If all you ever want to do is just be comfortable, guess what? Your reality will never change. You will never do better in life because change comes from being uncomfortable. That's why they call it growing pains. It's not that, growing is just this easy, luxurious thing. Ask anybody that's actually successful. Ask them how hard that climb up the mountain was. Ask them how uncomfortable that climb up the mountain was. See, people are just so comfortable with mediocrity. They're comfortable with being at the bottom of the barrel. And I don't understand how we got to that point where the bottom of the barrel became so comfortable for folks. It's like people just don't care anymore. They have no desires in life. They have nothing to really strive for. They're just cool with laying about and doing nothing with themselves. And I really think that needs to be studied. Why is it that we've gotten to a point in society where people just have no ambition? People just have nothing to strive for, nothing that they truly want in life, to the point where they just don't care. They don't care about anything. It's like they took Too Cool for School and then just stretched it from outside of the parameters of school. It's just like Too Cool for Life. It's almost as if caring is uncool. Oh, it's uncool to care about your appearance. You know what they'll say? They'll say, oh, you doing too much. When you see somebody that's dressed well, presentable, they take care of themselves, they took time to do their hair, so it's not in a damn bonnet. They took time to make sure their outfit was put together. Doesn't have to be dressed to the nines, but put together. Or even if it was dressed to the nines, if somebody wants to walk out their house and put that effort to dress to the nines, what they will say to them is, well, you doing too much. I wouldn't be doing all that. What does that communicate? What kind of precedent does that set when we value just being comfortable rather than growth? And then we wonder why the world is the way that it is. We wonder why the elitists are able to run their game on us the way that they can. It's because too many of us don't give a damn. And that's the real problem. So I'm sorry that a lot of folks, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have some folks in the comments, y'all was thumb thugging in all my videos where I talk about appearance and putting yourself together. Just because you have no standards for yourself doesn't mean that the world still does not have standards for you. If you want to be treated with respect and dignity, you have to present yourself in a respectable manner. It just is what it is. Folks really think that they can put in zero effort, zero work, and get all the benefit. Just the full embodiment of the stereotypical welfare queen mentality. Just take. Give me, while offering nothing. If you are one of these people that wants to roll out of bed and just be lazing about, not giving a damn, you bring nothing to society. You're a liability. In fact, you're a leech. If you don't want to even do the bare minimum of taking care of yourself so that you are presentable when you leave your house, or put effort into the things that you do, understand you are nothing more than a leech. You will leave nothing. When you pass away, nobody's gonna care. Because guess what? Throughout your life, your legacy is exactly that, not caring. But I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this video? Do you agree with me where it's like, damn, I'm so sick of society not caring. I'm so sick of people not caring about anything, let alone just presenting yourself in a positive way when you leave your house by not wearing some damn pajamas and bonnets everywhere you go? Or do you disagree where it's like, you can't tell me what to do. I wish you'd tell me something like this to my face. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed down to the algorithm. Also, hype the video. I may or may not have that function. You just gotta check if you're feeling a little extra generous. The link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces.